Welcome back, everyone. You're now with Fox 25 News of our evening coverage. Tonight, we will be covering a variety of stories, including the highly controversial topic of herbicides and their effect on our environment.
You're right, this topic is being discussed all over the place, and tonight we have all the inside information for you.
Let's start by discussing the facts, and then we will share with you some very recent studies on the effect of the most widely used herbicides, atrazine. Around 70 million pounds of this is used every year in the United States, largely contributing to the contamination of water.
Not only does it contaminate the water, but because of the long time it takes to decompose, it has also been found to lower the amphibian population. It has been discovered that atrazine induces the production of an enzyme, aromatase, which converts androgens into estrogens.
Is the information like this that intrigued so many to research this area of study? Let's go to Julia, who will explain to us one of the first research projects done with atrazine.
Hello, I want to start with the study of Professor Hayes from the University of California at Berkeley. He grew frog larvae in water samples that he collected from ponds and streams in the Midwest that had varying levels of atrazine. Hayes observed the percent of gonadal abnormalities found in the frogs compared to the concentration of atrazine in the water and to the amount of atrazine to which each tadpole was exposed. His results showed that even at very low concentrations and doses, atrazine did produce gonadal abnormalities.
Thank you very much. How interesting. Now, will you please explain to me James Carr's research?
Thank you. In his study, he exposed frog larvae to atrazine at several different concentrations in dechlorinated laboratory water. His report, too, showed gonadal abnormalities in the frogs at the several different concentrations. One interesting aspect of his research was that even at a 0% atrazine concentration, there were signs of gonadal abnormalities. This indicated that atrazine may not be the only factor contributing to the changes in these frogs. Because his research was done in dechlorinated laboratory water, we know that there were no other substances in it that could have contributed to the abnormalities. This brings up the question if these abnormalities could be a natural process.
Thank you for sharing this with us. As we look to compare these two studies, we have to realize that one study was done using pond water, while the other was done using lab water. Which one is more accurate? In Hayes' study, the lab water allowed us to see the effect on the frogs in their normal environment. On the other hand, in Carr's study, the lab water allowed us to see the effect of atrazine alone. In the pond water, many substances could have been working together to show the effect that they did, but in lab water, the lab water was a control and allowed us to see everything but the substances from the lakes and ponds. This study, though, was not realistic to a frog's environment.
After Hayes' first experiment, he performed another study, this time on a species of mature frogs. He collected the species Rana pipens from a variety of sites at the Midwest. After measuring the level of atrazine at each site, the frequency of occurrence of gonadal abnormalities were counted in the male frogs. At all concentrations, abnormalities occurred, even at the sites with low levels of atrazine. In the next comparative study, the blood testosterone levels were calculated in control frogs and atrazine-treated frogs. Two professors, Hayes and Heckler, carried out these experiments where larvae were grown until they reached maturity in waters containing atrazine concentration of 25 micrograms per liter. Each experiment also had a control with a 0% atrazine concentration. The results for Hayes' experiment showed that the control males had a high blood testosterone level, and the males in an environment containing atrazine had a blood testosterone level similar to that of the control females. This shows the effect of the enzyme in atrazine converting androgens to estrogens. In Heckler's experiment, his data showed similar low blood testosterone levels for both males kept in the control and males kept in atrazine concentrations of 25 micrograms per liter.
Now, why were the blood testosterone levels so low in the control group of Heckler's experiment? Shouldn't they have been relatively normal?
You're right, they should have. Heckler later released that his control group actually was not free of atrazine. It contained levels similar to those in the 0.1 treatment level. This may explain the decrease in the blood testosterone level.
So there you have it, folks. Atrazine does have an effect on our environment. Even though at times it may be a small effect, it is still a natural product that is affecting our environment in a harmful way.
For these reasons, Switzerland, Germany, Denmark, Sweden, France, and Norway have banned the use of atrazine as a herbicide in their respective country. So this raises the question on why the use of atrazine hasn't been banned in the United States.
Thank you for watching, and have a good day.